Hi everyone, Melissa here. Thanks so much for joining. Today I'd like to walk you through a really simple tutorial on how to create that jute or that rope looking decor that we see in every social media platform around. I've been seeing a lot in magazines and home decor websites on that rope looking, natural looking vases or planters. So I'd like to show you a really inexpensive way of how I achieved the look for less. So let's check it out.
So I started off with this glass vase I picked up from the thrift store, and then along with that natural jute twine. And I purposely picked up a really small twine. It's like 3 millimeters. So the first step is really to make sure that when you're gluing it along the bottom that you're checking to see that it can still stand up. I have run into that problem before where I completely finished the whole product, was so proud of myself, put it down and it toppled over. So once you have the base down and you know that it's not going to fall over and it is even, then you can really get yourself into a flow of adding a tiny bit of glue along the way, and just make sure you're pulling it taut and that you're trying to reduce any spaces between the twine. And also make sure you can either do this as you go or after, is just to remove all of the little parts of glue areas that you see are stuck there. And if you notice, I burnt my finger there and then the glue just kind of stuck on my finger. It was seared on there for the rest of my project. So be careful, wear gloves or something, just so you can avoid that as well. And then when you have gone all the way to the top and you've snipped off the rest of it, a little trick that I did, because jute, like lots of other ropes, is it frays. So I just used the glue itself. Hey, I already burnt myself, I might as well continue. And I seared the top and we are all set. So the second part is to tape off the section that you would like white. And I went with the top part white, but you can go with either way. And I'm totally pointing it out right now. I can tell from the video that I went uneven, and now that's all I can see throughout the whole video. So bear with me, I totally did it on purpose, I swear. And so I have mine sectioned off, and now I went with white paint. So I started off with a less is more kind of dry brushing, and I soon discovered that more is more. It was really soaking into the jute, so add a lot and just make sure that you are covering all of the spots. It will sink in first, so you might have to do a second layer. And once you are finished, you can pull off the paint, and if you put the tape tightly enough, you will have a beautiful line like I did on this vase. And there you have it, it's all set. So I wanted to have another planter that kind of went with it, made it look like I bought it as a pair. So I grabbed a basket from my local dollar store along with jute, but this time I used the braided kind. And this was really helpful, this particular basket, because it already had the lines and it was easy to go around in a circle. So again, you just want to make sure that it still stands up while you're going around, and then you're doing the same method of adding a little bit of glue every few inches or so. And to avoid any spaces, I was just making sure that I was pulling it taut and being really cognizant of the spacing between. And just like I did with the last project, when I cut it, just to make sure that it didn't continue to fray, I'm using some of that glue to kind of seal it together. I really love the braided jute. I like that it's thick enough that it really covered some surface without having to use a lot. So stay tuned. I want to use this in other projects. And here I have it. I went to a craft store and just bought some plants, some fake plants, because I really can't sustain growing real ones. And I just love how it added that extra decor to my stairs and just gave it a little bit of life without having to spend a lot of time with it.
So what did you think? If you'd like to see more videos like this, please consider liking and subscribing. It always helps to grow my channel. Until next time, I hope this has helped you to stay inspired.